This is TempleOS 5-minute random code walkthrough, episode 23, and I'm your host, Terry Davis. Let's see where God takes us today. And we are in Excalibur. Okay. This is the draw it routine for Excalibur. Okay. Excalibur is a game. If you're not familiar with Excalibur, let's see where we are. We are SP die time. This looks like a bug, doesn't it? No, die time out. Okay. So, SP is spring? No, what is it? SP is ship. Okay. So, this is when a ship is blowing up, I guess. It draws some explosions. It draws, okay. So, look at the explosions when one of these ships blows up. It's circles, red and yellow circles. Alternating red and yellow circles. And they move around. Okay, each one of these ships is composed of some masses and some springs. They're not visible, but they're present. There's about 4 masses for each ship and springs, and when they blow up, those are the masses that show up in the explosion. Look at the explosions. Okay. So when so there's a time stamp in seconds when when the ship dies, and then it dies for about half a second. Let's look for die time. Okay, so when it's let's see where we are. In the derivative, if the ship is exploding, then an explosion puts a force on all the other particles, I do believe. An explosion applies a force to the rest of to the other masses. So an explosion applies a force to the other masses. So when there are multiple ships, okay, I was thinking it was just the human, but it includes the aliens, and or I don't know, alien, whatever they are. So as long as it's in the process of dying, it exerts explosive forces on all other particles. And let's see, this is check for damage. Okay. If it's exploding, when it finally dies, it deletes the ship. Here's Okay, so if not exploding, it is now exploding. Okay. So we are going through all the, let's see, these are ships. We're going through the springs on the ship, and if the force in the spring is greater than the strength, then the spring suddenly breaks and becomes inactive. And if 3, let's see, what is this? For I equals 1 to the number of springs. If enough springs break, then it's dead. So if it's not exploding, so if it's not already exploding, it is now exploding, and this puts a bracket around. I should say start and end. Oh well, time and time out. I use those terminologies pretty standardly, and this is a fire and forget noise. This spawns a task to make a noise. So for 750 milliseconds, we get a noise, a random noise, out of the PC speaker. So where were we? Okay, so we set the a radius for the death circles or explosion circles, and I think that this is just we're just calculating. This is 0.75, and this is the normalized from 0 to 1, how far into the explosion we are, and I use a sign to go up and down, to rise and fall. It's 0 to 1, so pi is starts at 0, goes to 1, and then comes back to 0. That's the radius of the explosion. Then it goes through the radius, and every other step is yellow and light red, and it draws a circle. Okay, well.